Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am MongoSlade, and we will be live streaming Saturday night's main event. We will be watching it together. Uh, because my dinner just got here, it's sesame chicken with fried rice. You might have to listen to me eat, but it is what it is. It's a little late for me to be eating. I suppose I ate 2 hours ago. So this is a bit of a surprise. I didn't tell anybody I was going to do this, but it's happening. Hope everybody is excited. Hope everybody is interested. I will be watching the show on Peacock. I already have Peacock booted up, so I'll be watching it on my tablet. Which is an inferior way to watch the show, if we're being honest. But why not? It is 8 p.m. now. The stream should be beginning. Robert Jr. 2005. How you doing, sir? How is everybody doing? The show is beginning. What do you guys got to eat? What are your snacks? I too fear a Kevin Owens victory. I expected them to do the old school Saturday Night's main event promos at the beginning of the show. They didn't do it. They already dropped the ball on the retro tip. But the people seem to be excited. Oh, they got a special opening. Okay. I might be wrong. The saying is eating cookies.
So we can bring you the following entertainment special.
What kind of cookies, sir? Taco Bell 12-pack. Oh, my goodness. You don't plan to avoid the bathroom today, huh? Huh. Vince McMahon nor Dick Ebersol is involved with this. And here it is. At least they got the old school song, which we already knew about. Mm-hmm. Oh, my God. They building up this thing around Cody, huh? X9, go ahead and watch it. Watch it with the crew. Go ahead and take one for the team. Holy guacamole. You want a gold dust shirt? Oh, Kevin Owens, he's so funny. Did you think it was funny? I thought it was funny. It was so funny. Fuck that guy. Why do I need to watch Damian Priest walking backstage? The last time WWF was on NBC, they had characters. Now they just got guys walking around in tracksuits. Come on, man. Where's the personalities in this thing? Jesse Ventura rules. They're playing the shit out of this song now.
Thank you, Joe. It has been, let me just scream this out. 40 years, 4-0, since I've been in the WWE, and I am back. The body is back in the WWE.
His back was to the camera. Now he finally turned around. There we go. Hogan ain't there to steal the other boa, so he got the boas back. Hogan ain't there to steal his shit. Even though they both were stealing from Superstar Billy Graham. It is what it is.
Well, it's the world title match, without a doubt. You know, you got Cody Rhodes, who's now being challenged by a former friend, Kevin Owens. And Cody Rhodes, I questioned at first if he was truly Dusty's son. Why would you say that? Well, because Dusty Rhodes, Cody has a washboard abs. The only thing Dusty can win is most abs. And I'll tell you this. He also
Yeah, Ted DiBiase said he had a medical procedure he had to do.
he gets involved in a match that he wasn't signed for. He gets an injury, and I'll tell you what. Cody Rhodes would end up tonight like a one-legged man on an ass-kicking contest. Well, I know
Good old Jesse Ventura, baby.
you are going to be on the call of that championship match, as we will get right to the action with the great Michael Cole ringside.
Oh my God, Pat McAfee. I don't know how to feel about Pat McAfee being back here. I don't hate it. I don't think he needs his own entrance though. Oh, the special guest commentator. He's not a regular commentator anymore now. Is that what you're telling us? Oh yeah, Tessitore is much better than Pat McAfee. Oh my God, Pat's so fucking annoying. Oh my goodness. I appreciate his energy, but my God.
Live from New York, it's Saturday night main event.
Oh, Drew's up first. Oh my God, he back? Oh Lord. We'll see how long that lasts before one of his ESPN things or something pops up, and he's got other things to do that are more important. Great promo by Drew McIntyre on Busted Open about, you know, his family and everything. That Tessitore has been doing ESPN boxing commentary for years. He brings legitimacy to the show. Yeah, and he actually knows what he's talking about. My God. They brought in somebody who was a professional and sounds like a fan. Oh, yeah, baby. Only problem with this is I'm eating during the show. And it's not my fault the food came late. Oh, that's gotta hurt. Okay. That young lady was very rosy. Oh my goodness. I don't know about, you know, this ain't one of the matches I'm interested in. I thought they'd put this on to kind of as a buffer between some of the main event matches. But it's fine. They just started letting the people in the building. I heard like a half hour ago. No product placement. Branded ice cream bar. No cocaine fueled promos. They dropped the ball, man. I wanted this thing to start with sweaty, raving promos. They decided not to do that. They decided to just present this like it's Monday Night Raw again. And that's basically what the presentation is. It's a souped up Monday Night Raw. Which is the reason why Saturday night's main event stopped being so important. Uh-oh. They're getting started. I like the red, white, and blue rope. I like the old school W's on the turnbuckles. I like this. They're going to start doing Saturday night's main event. I think they said quarterly. So one per quarter. So there's this one, and then there's another one in January, if I remember correctly. Blue Chew and Crime? Oh my God. Your heart gonna burst. Sami Zayn is so not in shape. The old school barricades, I like those. This chicken is very chewy. A live show. Yeah, buddy. We'll see how this one goes and see if we'll do any other ones. One of my issues has always been like going to the bathroom and stuff and stupid commercials and shit. But then I decided to make it worse for myself because now I'm eating. It feels like a souped up Raw, like a retro Raw kind of. And they go on the commercial just like you do on Raw. My God. I did watch CM Punk versus Amazing Red on the WWE Vault. It was a very short match. Was it Amazing Red's tryout? I think that was his tryout. He's painfully tiny. If you're smaller than CM Punk, man, you're tiny. I mean, I knew he was small, but goddamn. In TNA, he never wrestled too many big guys. I think he wrestled Samoa Joe, but that was it. He didn't wrestle a lot of huge guys in TNA. And CM Punk is not a huge guy, but Amazing Red looks super tiny in a WWE ring. Oh, it's both their tryout. Oh. They made the right decision there. Even though Punk was an issue. I do believe Triple H watched mostly NWA. I'm sorry, I'm eating. He was a Flair guy. That's why he always patterned himself after Ric Flair and Harley Race and all that. But he was from the Northeast. So that kind of begs the question, how was he watching that stuff? He might have been watching it on tape. Oh, it's definitely a souped up Raw, baby. A Sunday Night Heat might be interesting. But it doesn't have the cachet as Saturday Night's main event. I always loved this event. I always loved Saturday Night's main event, man. I watched them all on the network. You know, I even watched some of them twice. He was an hour. Which is like 40 minutes with commercials. I don't think anybody is nostalgic for Sunday Night Heat, though. A very small number of people are nostalgic for that. All right, that's enough. I'm gonna let the water fan shut off. All right. I'm almost in. I'm almost locked in now. I've eaten, still chewing. Have to drink this water, and then be locked in. Oh, look at the old school referee. That's kind of dope too. I like that. Ooh wee. WG Phil says, so is Saturday night's main event Cena's last match or the last Raw SmackDown of the year? That's a good question because I thought they should do a pay-per-view called Cena's Last Match, much like they did for Flair. They should do a Cena last match called Cena's Last Match, and then it should just be built around John Cena's one match, and that should be the pay-per-view. And I think that would be better. Vince would do something like that. I don't know if Triple H would do something like that. He probably doesn't venerate John Cena as much as Vince does. I'm not even tripping on me Chin winning. I don't really care about that fucking belt. I really don't. It ought to be interesting to see who they choose. But I don't care. 1, 2. You put a hobo out there in your first match on network television. You don't put your best guys out there. You put your gigantic Scottish Superman and you put your small Canadian hobo. And you put those the first two guys that come out. What are they going to do with main event? There's minor show. I don't know. I don't know about main event, level up, anything like that. I don't know what's going to happen to those shows. I would imagine as long as the contracts exist for those shows, they will have to do them. And it's a good way for talent, especially NXT talent, to get reps. But I don't know if they're going to continue doing those shows. Sorry, Marvelous Mike said he bought the DVD that came back a few years back, Best of Saturday Night Main Event. He was highly entertained. I bought that DVD too. I love that DVD. That's why I was so excited to watch all of the episodes on Peacock when they became available. And they're tremendous. He's trying to have a banger out here. X9 says they should bring back the Wrestling Classic if they want to go old school. I would love the Wrestling Classic. That would be fun. That would be something that would be cool for like the girls, you know. But I just tweeted at, I think it was Scott Fishman. I forgot who he works for, but he was talking about having more of the older women on Saturday Night's Main Event and these retro shows. And he's absolutely right. Like the Jumping Bomb Angels and like the Glamour Girls and Rockin' Robin. Like those women don't get enough opportunities. They don't get a lot of love when it comes to retro wrestling. As much as a big deal they're making out of Jesse Ventura, rightfully so, you know, let's make a big deal out of some of the women too. Like I know Rockin' Robin wasn't that important in the overall scheme of things, but the Glamour Girls were important. Oh wow, he just walked right into that Claymore. He about to kick out though. Oh, he didn't kick out. Oh, okay. Smart finish there. Sunday Night Heat was used as a pre-show for most WWE pay-per-views, with pre-show panels was mostly redundant. What was the point of Velocity padding out content? Yeah, they had to. They made syndicated content. That's what Velocity, Metal, Shotgun Saturday Night, all that stuff was just syndicated content for to fill time that they already either bought or being paid for. What's up, Top Dog? How you doing, brother? Loki King says Drew squash should have Drew squash Sammy. The ratings are going to drop if this match continues. Huh. I don't know. It's over now, though. It wasn't long after that message that the match ended. If I was to book Cena's last match pay-per-view with 6 matches, who would you book? Unfortunately, you have to put a women's match. I wouldn't be tripping on a women's match. You know, one of the matches I would do with Cena would be a mixed tag match or something, so he can give some of the girls the rub. But I would, cause I think that would be an easy match for him. It's not too heavy, and I think it would be a cool match to give him the rub. Like if he was gonna wrestle like Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch, and he had the team with like Bianca Belair or something like that, that would be fun. You know, but I'm still at a toss-up of who his final opponent should be. About whether it should be Randy or Punk, because it can't be Edge. Also, they're about to have the women's title match first. Pro Wrestler of the Year. Imagine a non-wrestling fan tuning in to see Drew selling for Sammy. Oh my God. They don't think about those kind of things when they do them. I know that they don't want to bury Sammy like that, have him go out there and get beat in like 2 or 3 minutes, but I think they've already dropped the ball on, because Vince was all about spectacle, you know, making things as big and as loud as possible so that you can't ignore it, you know, and that's what, you know, throwing the personalities out there first so they can cut these promos. Even if the promos were kind of corny, it was worth doing, you know, because people would start the show and they would just get excited just by the opening promos. Like Hogan would cut a promo on the Genius would cut a promo on Hogan, and that would get you primed for the match, you know. Even if you didn't know what the story was, or even if there was no story, you would go into that thing and be like, "Oh, these guys are hilarious." In Your House, Cena's last salute. They do don't they do In Your House for NXT? Well, the last time they did In Your House, it was NXT. Damn, I don't know when the last time I saw Busta Rhymes. Oh my God, when was the last time I saw that guy? Edge is having too much fun in AEW. So much fun with his rehab. After he shredded his legs. He got old man legs. He got a young man's heart, but old man's legs. But it says shocking Edge never had a last match with Cena. Cena when he came out of retirement. You got to remember, Vince got in trouble. What was that? 2 years into Edge's return, and then Edge got hurt during one of those times too. So it's not. And Cena was also doing a bunch of stuff like the Peacemaker and movies and shit. So Edge came back in 2020. He worked with Randy, and I think he got hurt working with Randy. And he worked a little bit with AJ Styles, I think in 2021, and then that's when he did the stuff with Roman. And as they were doing the Judgment Day stuff, Vince got into his issues, I think shortly after that. And he never, I'm pretty sure Vince would have booked him to wrestle Cena, you know, but we're not going to get there. Obafemi versus Braun Strowman. You know what? If I was going to start Saturday Night's main event, that's something I would have booked. I'd have put 2 gigantic men out there that people would have texted their cousin, like, look at these 2 giant motherfuckers on this wrestling show. And I would let them talk beforehand because they're 2 yelling ass promo guys. You know, I ain't finished with you. I'm going to tear Obafemi in half. And you believe it. You know, Braun Strowman, you may be very strong, but you are very dumb. I am the ruler. That would be great. It'd be so much fun, man. Gotta make this shit fun for the people. Super Sentai is celebrating 50 years and it revealed its new Red Ranger. The show is called number 1 Sentai Gozai Ruger. Apparently it's a family Sentai. Nah. I didn't even finish the one that you gave me, the police one. I liked it, but I didn't even finish it. I got like 5 or 6 episodes in. The Red Ranger was annoying. They replaced it with Battleground. Oh, they don't do In Your House anymore? That sucks. I like In Your House. It's a great name. It's Tito Santana! And he obviously colored his hair for the occasion. There you go, Tito. Chico. Why is he in the crowd? Oh, wow. How you doing, Rich? Jimmy Hart. Jimmy Hart always finds a way on TV, doesn't he? He also dyed his hair for the occasion. Jimmy Hart's got to be like 80-something, dog. I think he's older than Vince, isn't he? He's super old. Did I hear anything about Daily Wire replacing Brett Cooper? Yeah, I watched a video on it. I'm not that familiar with the girl, so I don't know what the big deal is. She just seemed to be kind of a generic content creator, conservative content creator. But they replaced her with her friend that I heard, um, which is weird. But they're gonna keep that under wraps. I don't know what's going on, but Daily Wire losing talent like it's AEW, like it's TNA. I would be I would ask questions if I cared about the Daily Wire. I would ask questions why none of the core players ever leave, but all the ancillary players are constantly getting churned out. I don't know. I would ask that question because I barely knew who that girl was, and she's already gone. JS says he's more interested in Cena and Punk, but understand that Randy was seen as number two. Think WWE dropped the ball on doing Batista Cena 10 years ago. Yeah, they certainly can't do it today because Batista is super small, and he wouldn't want to wrestle anyway. Uh-oh, they're doing a video package. Hmm. More like the worst. I like Liv Morgan though. She's annoying in a good way. AJ Styles was still after Roman, Rollins, and The Miz. He did feud with The Miz, didn't he? Yeah, he had that little tag team feud. I forgot all about that damn thing. Speaking of AJ Styles, is he ready to come back yet? Shit, where the hell is he at? Absolutely Chico. Vince should be in the crowd with that beard and dark sunglasses. I wouldn't be surprised if he's not sitting right behind Michael Cole in disguise as usual with his Stanley Whiplash mustache. You know, trying to, twirling that joint. You're not going to convince me Vince is watching this shit, though. I can always guarantee you he's not watching this. If he was to watch it, he would be criticizing everything and can't do nothing about it. So he's probably not even watching this stuff. Watching Top Dollar main event was tough. Oh my God, it was terrible. It was the shit. I told you it should have been a TV main event. It'd have been so much more. I don't want to say entertaining. It would have been more interesting for TV. WG says Daily Wire is crumbling after Crowder exposed them, although he got accused of DV. It's strange to see Candice and Brett leaving the same reason why Crowder exposed them. Yeah. And I don't know what's going on with Jordan Peterson. He got weird when he went over to Daily Wire, too. He's very weird. I don't even listen to his podcast anymore. I still like him, but I read his first book. I think I got his first and second books. Did I get the second book, or did I try to read it online? I don't remember. I know I have the first, not the very first one. That's the one he wrote while he was a professor. Oh my God, they got Lil Nate. Man, he look old. You old, Lil Nate. But 12 Rules for Life. I definitely got that. The second one, I'm not sure if I got it or not. I don't see it on my shelf. But he got weird when he went to Daily Wire. You like the presentation? It feels like Monday Night Raw to me. It feels like a special episode of Monday Night Raw, kind of mixed with a pay-per-view. It don't feel like Saturday Night's main event. But then again, a lot of the recent Saturday Night's main events didn't feel big anyway. I would love to see Cena and Styles one more time. I think that I think he should be on the list. AJ Styles. I don't know where you would put him, but there's probably like a B pay-per-view where you could put Cena and Styles on there. That would be great. I don't think you can do Roman again. I think that one's done. So I think you should just focus on some it should be partly just Cena giving people the rub, and then some serious stuff near in the middle and near the end. Like you can do some fun stuff with the Miz because the Miz has been around for a long time. You could do some fun stuff with some younger guys like a Braun Breaker or something like that, and help build them. Whoa, that was a hell of a kick. And then you can get into the meat of the matter around WrestleMania where he has like a major opponent. That's where I would probably do like a AJ Styles or a CM Punk. You know, probably AJ Styles because Punk probably was going to end up with Rollins somehow. And then you work towards Cena and Punk at SummerSlam maybe. And then the final match, Cena and Randy Orton. I think it has to be. I think it has to be Orton, right? I think that he wants to wrestle Cody. Cody wants to wrestle him. Cody is a master politician. He brothers with the best of them. So I think that he's going to end up getting one of those Cena matches. It might be a tag team match, but he's going to get one of them. He's going to get his foot in there. It's going to happen. Maybe they wouldn't do Cena and Rock again. I would say maybe Cena and The Rock could be fine. Second moonsault to commercial spot. Aha. Yep. You noticed. You noticed. Oh man, I kind of needed this show because I got, it's kind of been weird today. Hasn't been a strong day for me. Not one of my better days. That's part of the reason why I'm doing this, to feel better about how today has been going. But it's all right. Do you think someone will go full consumer and where they have new color shirt every month before his retirement? I think they already selling final gear and shirts with the schedule on it and everything. They're probably really going to turn up the local stuff. The Chicago shirts. I was there. Cena's last match in Chicago. I was there. Cena's last match in Detroit. I was there. Cena's last match in Cincinnati. That's probably what they're going to do. And they might be in different colors, but they're gonna consume everything. About to drain people's wallets. AJ3 says, I wouldn't surprise if Triple H made Kevin Owens John Cena's final opponent. That would be whack. I'm okay with with Owens being one of Cena's opponents. I think Kevin Owens is at a position where it's about right. But I would, the people I really want him to work with are Logan Paul, because I think it'll be perfect. Braun Breaker. Randy Orton, AJ Styles, CM Punk. That's 5. And those are the only people I really think he needs to work with. Like, he could do something with The Miz that would be interesting, that would be fun. That could play on their history and their rivalry from the previous years. It might be cool to do something with Seth Rollins, because he did have some time with Seth. Maybe something with with some of those guys. But the final match probably got to be Orton. But it depends on where they're going to have the final match. And how they're going to do it. Because there are some guys that you could absolutely have Cena's final match with. They're not in the company. Danielson, Edge. It would be nice if some of those guys could wrestle, but they can't. Mo says Randy Orton really want himself versus Cena for 17 champions, but Randy needs to win 2 champions. Oh, to do which one's going to break Ric Flair's record or something like that? That would be interesting. It doesn't seem like that would be something Triple H would be interested in doing now. I don't think he wants anybody to break Ric Flair's record. Kevin DeBray, you said what turned Cena heel. That's not smart. That is not smart. I would not. That's overthinking it. It's a nostalgia run. Go ahead, let him be the baby face. Call it a day, man. Danielson is a free agent. No, he's not. He still works at AEW. He is not a free agent. Tony Khan has gotten Bryan Danielson chained to the radiator. He ain't going nowhere. Oh, that's a cut with backstabber. Pretty good. Oh, off the top rope code breaker. They showing results already. The show just well, it's only 30 minutes into the show, fam. People are gonna look at this and be like, "Is this a WWE, thing?" There's no skits. There's no funny stuff. No funny business. They had 2 matches back to back. They got girls out there for. It ain't been that long, but they've been out there for. Oh my goodness! I've seen her do this before, but geez, her shoulders weren't even down. Never mind. He chained Ricky Starks to the penthouse. Yeah, he got him eating out of the dog bowl at this point in time. Him and Phoenix, they in trouble. Oh, you in trouble. Yeah, you in trouble. Yeah, not even a Miz TV, not a Grayson Waller effect, nothing. Just straight raw match. Take this. Kevin says WWE to do trade sending Austin Theory, Santos Escobar to NXT because under Triple H Big L. Santos Escobar, I don't know. Oh, there she goes. She botched it. Well, that was nice. That was not bad. That was a pretty decent cover for the botch. It turned it into a monkey flip. That wasn't bad. Yeah, Triple H is not about entertainment at all. And anytime they try to do entertainment, her shoulder's not down. It says just once Cena needs to wrestle in the Peacemaker costume. How Zaslav hasn't held that role over Cena's head in order for him to wrestle for AEW. Well, they know damn well that's not about to happen. Oh, that was a stiff knee strike there, baby. That was stiff. Yeah, that was a good one. That one hurt. Yeah, this is his version. Oh, that one hurt too. His version of entertainment. Look, I'm not mad at Triple H, man, because I thought Vince did too much comedy. But I think that the traditional formula is what people enjoy about the company. How many times have people kicked young baby in the face? Oh, she about to win clean? Wow, she won clean, bro. That's crazy. She busted her nose with that knee strike, baby. Okay. Okay. That match was okay. I'm not mad at it. But that knee strike was something else. Bang. Ooh, baby. Go home. She got that boy and was like, we need to cut it out. We need to go home. We need to go home. Top Dog says, who do you think will win the mid-90s Jordan Pippen Rodman Bulls or the Kobe Shaq Lakers? Well, the Pistons beat the Lakers. I think the Bulls could beat them. The Pistons beat them. WG Phil says, do you think if Cena would have stayed, if Vince didn't get in trouble? I think Edge would still be there if Vince didn't get in trouble. Oh, here we go with Rhea Ripley. They should have just booked her on the show instead of doing this, whatever this is. I forgot, they still calling her the Eradicate. Damn, she's big. That's a big girl, man. I'd like to see John Cena and Bianca Belair in the tag team. Let's do it for the kids. Yeah, I think that would be like something fun to do on like a Raw or a SmackDown or something like that. The feud that will never end. It just goes on and on, my friend. It just the feud. They've been feuding all year, man. They've been feuding all year long. Finn Balor 5'11". You lie. He ain't a shade above 5'8". He is not 5'11". Stop it. Yeah, Finn Balor's got some stats up there. He got more stats than Damian Priest. That's for sure. He's a Grand Slam champion. Oh, really? I don't know about that. I'm very surprised that Liv Morgan won clean. I'm extremely surprised she won clean. She said she looks sexier with a bloody nose. She looks like the scream queen she wants to be in a horror movie. It fits. I don't know what the fuck Fortnite is. What is that? Yeah, that need to the face was ugly. How did the click find comedy back then till today? How did the click find comedy back then till today? I don't know. I don't know. I guess Triple H thought he could wrestle his way into everybody's heart, but no, it was all the segments that he was doing. Yeah, the booking is not helping Rhea Ripley. I mean, yeah, she's a badass. She's huge. She's very good at what she does, but they have been very repetitive with her. I heard that movie is actually making money. That stupid red one. But I also heard it was flopping, so I don't know for sure. Maybe if our boy Society Reviews was here, he'd let me know whether that movie is doing good or not. But I heard that Moana was doing really good. So maybe again, The Rock definitely would have been on this show by now if both of his movies flopped. But yeah, there's no way Finn Balor is 5'11". You can get out of here with that. He ain't taller than me. I want them to. I don't know how you can end this feud other than some kind of I quit thing or something, man. It's got to end at some point, bro. I know Triple H likes long feuds, but long feuds, long title runs, all that. It's not a good idea, man. It was 5 matches. They've had 3 of them already. Well, 2 of them already. Why did I get 3 from? But they booked 5. They booked 5 matches and they got 2 of them already. You shocked the crowd hasn't. Well, the crowd has no reason to turn on Rhea Ripley yet. The internet has turned on her, and usually they're the first ones to turn. But the injuries have kept her off TV long enough, I guess, where the crowd in the building and stuff still likes her. Well, you need to understand that Triple H is an idiot. Like once you understand idiocy, all things are possible. When you understand that people are stupid, you know. Once you realize that Triple H ain't really got a lot going between the ears. Not to say that he's a complete moron, but that's like Dixie Carter territory. But he doesn't make it. He makes his product easy to dislike and easy to disengage with because these feuds don't end at any legitimate point. Like if you stop watching in April and then you started watching again, a lot of the same stuff is still going on. The Bloodline story, of course, is still going on. The Judgment Day stuff is still going on with minor twists and adjustments. Bianca Belair is still a tag team champion. The women's storyline, the main storyline is the same. Well, they've changed the champion on SmackDown, so maybe that's different. But a lot of the stuff is the same. They got another Reba McEntire comedy TV show. Oh, Happy's Place. Oh, white people love that shit. I don't know what's their love with Reba McEntire. I have no idea. Not that I dislike her or anything. It's just kind of what's the big deal? They're doing Elimination Chamber in March. John Cena's last match in Toronto. He's not going to be in that chamber. Don't even bother putting him in there. I wouldn't put Cena in the Rumble either. There's no point. X9 says, imagine a Laps fan watching this and turning to SmackDown and sees Tama Tonga taken seriously. Imagine if they saw Tonga lower, for God's sake. Yeah, Tessa Blanchard returned last night on TNA. I did a video on it. I'm gonna end up having to do a smart tears on that because people are just really mad, and it's unavoidable at this point. Is Jericho 6 feet? I saw a picture of Jericho and Finn. They're about the same height. Jericho wrestles and lifts, by the way, and that was a Vince McMahon idea. So he's probably 6 feet in lifts, but he's probably like 5'9", 10. That's one thing about Finn Balor you can't say. You can't say that man is not in shape. That man stay in shape. Of all the people that have been called washed in WWE, Finn Balor is the best shape of any washed wrestler I've ever seen. That includes Okada, Tanahashi, Nakamura. Finn Balor actually enters the gym and goes to work. I hope Finn wins the title. I'm about to be biased on this one. I'm tired of old Iron Jaw, and I don't want to see Mrs. Priest be the champion again. I'm not interested in that. WG feels, why is Canada getting all these pay-per-views when people are getting assisted self-yeeting? You would think that as bad as people say Saudi Arabia is, Canada is up there putting their own their neighbors with a U to sleep. And I would definitely have conversations about that, but Canada is socialist. So it is what it is. I just saw they have a very not friendly healthcare system, let's say. But they don't blame all the self-eating on the government, even though they should, because the government runs their medication and that program. The government runs it. So if people are using it, it's the government, right? But they don't blame the government for it. If I was Trump, that'd be one of the first things that I'd say is like, why the hell are you, assistantly suiciding your own, constituency? Like, get real with this. Like that's sick. The Royal Rumble is February 1st. All the pay-per-views are taking place later next year. That sounds like a Nick Khan issue. Oh, we can't have a pay-per-view because of March Madness, so we gotta move the pay. Idiot. When is Talatone gonna debut? Shit, probably Netflix. While you're talking, while you're concerned. Rather see Cena in the Rumble over Apollo Crews. You know what? He's not gonna win, so I wouldn't do it. I would just go ahead and give him his final match instead of being in the Rumble. Do a match, a big undercard match. Maybe that's when you do Cena and Cody. Maybe you do Cena and Cody at the Rumble. Finn's only a couple of inches taller than JD McDonough, which is crazy because McDonough's head is twice the size of Finn Balor's head. So JD McDonough is like 90% head. You want Finn to put the face paint back on? I don't think he's going to do it, brother. I think he's against the face. I think he's anti-face paint at this point. I think he'd have brothered his way out of that thing. It's crazy because that's where the money is for. I just noticed how close the barricades are because Gunther does not want to stop people from touching them. Yeah, he's going to be champion forever, dog. I'm not a fan. I like Gunther, but enough's enough. I need some flash. Somebody's got to be a showman around this joint. Him and Cody are too business like. They're too similar. You know. All rise for the judgment day. AJ3 says, you think Nick Khan would have replaced Vince when it comes to comedy and entertainment, and Triple H be straight, loose, no nonsense wrestler guy? I don't think Nick Khan knows that knows a lot about wrestling. I'm thinking that he knows 90% of it from talking events. But I think he knows about a lot of sports stuff. You know, he's good with sports business. So, which is what WWE needed. They needed somebody to, you know, how to market the product given the sports landscape, and he was perfect for that. But I don't think he should have a hand in creative. I think that would be dumb. I don't think he knows enough about wrestling to do anything with the creative. He's a good businessman, but him having all the pay-per-views moved and everything. Oh my God. Did it hurt Damian Priest? Because it didn't look like it did. It looked like he was all right. Giovanni Vinci versus Cena next Netflix on Raw. You know what? Poor Giovanni Vinci. He got kicked in the balls on SmackDown, man. He must have had sex with somebody's girlfriend. He ain't been seen since. Since those 2 losses to Apollo Crews, he ain't been seen since. And they blame Vince for that kind of stuff. What was my predictions to win the men and women's Royal Rumble? Punk to win the men's Rumble. And the women's Rumble. Maybe Jade. You know, maybe Bianca. I would say Jade or Bianca, I would think, for the women. Robert said they got to change Priest's song or put more lyrics because it sounds incomplete. I don't think he should change his song because it's his Judgment Day thing. I never understood why he still wears the colors of Judgment Day and all that stuff, and he's not in Judgment Day anymore. Wait a minute, what is this? What's all these fighting robots and stuff? What's this about? Is this a movie or a video game? Oh, it's a game. Oh no, it's a TV show or something. Finn is actually the most interesting person in this match. Yeah, because he came out with some attitude. You know, I don't know what's going on with Damian Priest. And Gunther is just there. He's just kind of there. Yeah, you guys don't follow the product. I know that guy smacked Eddie Edwards at TNA. That was near the end of the show anyway. Only thing he missed was a terrible AJ Francis main event. Maybe he bought tickets before he knew what the goddamn match setup was going to be. You hope LA Knight gets moved to Raw. That title would be perfect for someone like him. I don't think it matters. If the creative team don't like you, it don't matter where you go at that point. But I think that he probably fits better as somebody who can feud with Gunther. You know, somebody who can make to add some sizzle to the feud. Sure, it would be nice to have that Money in the Bank laying around. Right. Would be wonderful if we had that thing, right? But it's gone. It's gone. The thrill is gone. We certainly need more characters. I miss characters, bro. I really do. And everybody who got a character nowadays, they get run off. You know, male or female, by the way, because like Isla Dawn and Alba Fire got chased off. They dared have characters, so they got chased off. And replaced with Dakota Kai, whose character is she's Dakota Kai. She can fuck right off, as far as I'm concerned, brother. Once again, over the top rope to the commercial. Yep. Yeah, Priest didn't hit Gunther barely at all, and then landed right on his back. And then he jumped right back up. Like I'm like, bro, you just got power bombed on the floor. Eventually getting his walking papers in 2025. I wouldn't be surprised if he ain't already got him. You know, poor fella. Moving back to NXT, by God. Is he even working like main event or anything like that? Is Damian Priest blown up? Ooh. Ooh. I like 3-man Imperium. It was fun. But they took him out of it already, so you can't go back. Now you just got to do something else with the guy, I guess, if you're going to keep him around. Oh, he's doing the karate kicks again. I don't ever want to see these two guys wrestle again, to be quite honest. I have no interest in seeing Gunther and Damian Priest wrestle. Just because Priest, he was an original Judgment Day with Edge and Rhea. I know, but I still want them to change his theme song because he's not in Judgment Day. And he shouldn't dress like he's in Judgment Day too, like the big coat and everything. He should change his character. Go back to being the rock star or whatever he was before. Bianca needs to win with fans in the arena. I like that. It might be Charlotte though, because I know they've been teasing Charlotte's return, so it might be Charlotte. How many Laps fans you see watching tonight? 20 or 50%? I think about a solid probably 15 to 20 are probably Laps fans. They probably heard about it. It was like, oh, something good's gonna happen, and then they get this. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with these guys, but there's no sizzle to this. This is just a match between 3 guys they probably never seen before, and then there was no video package to put over. What happened either. At least it wasn't much of a video package. Pretty deadly. Yep, good characters. Triple H don't know how to use them. They're still talking about Pretty Deadly the musical, which is fine, but the last time they were on TV was like 2 or 3 months ago. They should put Vinci with the Mafia guys from NXT. You know what? That would be interesting. He speaks Italian too. Either that or he could feud with them. That could be interesting. So next, there's going to be a woman brand coming soon. I predicted. I've been pushing for it. I'm one of the people who thinks that they should have a women's only brand, and I stand by that. They should have a WNBA, and they should fund it and promote it, and they should have all the championships that the men got, and it should be their own brand. And so you wouldn't have that many belts. I'm 100% in favor of the women having their own brand. Damian Priest is out of position for the sling blade, by the way. Duck. Oh, that Balor is fast. He's getting heat though. I'm from the streets. I'm street trash. You think I ain't tough because I ain't from the hood. From the hood, man. I'm sure you are, Mr. Priest, sir. I'm sure you're very tough, sir. Oh my God, this boring ass sleeper hold. You want Gunther to form the Axis powers like World War II, hammer home the mustache gimmick. I guarantee you that's what they would be doing if Vince was there. He probably had black shirts with the red armband and the whole 9 yards. And people would be flipping the fuck out. But it'd be so much more over. He has so much more heat. If he was like not even like a wrestling Nazi, but like a wrestling Mussolini. That's kind of how I've always seen the character. Yeah, a sleeper hole in a triple threat match. It's foolish, man. There's really foolish things that they're doing here. Kervin Abreu says, you crazy women's only show. Stop, you're going to see low attendance and ticket sales. That's fine. That's fine. I don't care. It ain't my money. It says I thought we were going to put Dragonov in Imperium. I don't think they were ever going to do that because Dragonov has been feuding with Gunther and them, and Triple H is big on continuity, which is one of the positive things I like about him. He cares a lot about continuity. What's happening here? Oh, Razor's Edge is happening here. So Razor's Edge happening here. Ooh. Whoa. Hmm. Like an All Japan winner. Yeah, Dragonov. I think he had a neck injury, so he's gone for a while. Ooh, that was a flat bump too, brother. Ooh, he yanked it right about to here. I like that South of Heaven choke slam. It's pretty good. It's pretty dope. Why is he putting him in sleepers? Uh oh. Uh oh. Uh oh. Uh oh. There we go. Power. Ooh wee. Ooh, that was stiff. Ooh, that power bomb was stiff. One, two, and okay, obviously. Oh boy. Obviously, that was going to happen. Well, no, because if Odyssey Jones got a DV case, then they did the right thing by taking him off TV. JS just looked it up and says Pretty Deadly first mentioned their musical 5 months ago. That's nuts. They ain't even been on TV that many times since then. That powerbomb on the steps was crazy. It's wild that, at least they finished with the powerbomb. They didn't go with that weak ass sleeper. They learning. Hopefully, we never have to watch him and wrestle Damian Priest ever again until the next time they wrestle. Not a fan. Not a fan of the Damian Priest Finn Balor connection. Would you rather have a long title run of four title runs in a span of 1 or 2 years? Well, whatever works in terms of the story, but when there's no story, there's no point to any of this shit. Oh my god, I hate Fred Flintstone. Oh, this guy sucks. Who was that on his shirt? Oh, it's himself. The Canadian Dream. Okay, it's time for that women's U.S. belt. It's about time, brothers and sisters. Priest or Balor need to go to SmackDown. Enough of this shit. Yeah, I'm tired of Judgment. They need to break them up in the draft. I'm talking like separate them in any way that makes you feel better. Where do you get these stock ass songs from? It says Damian Priest versus Demon Finn Balor is going to happen. That sucks for Finn Balor. That's really bad for Finn. Scott Hall is rolling in his grave watching that movie. You know what? If I remember correctly, Scott Hall specifically gifted it to Damian Priest. Remember, I think he was there that one time Scott Hall came to the Performance Center because there was some video of that because Scott Hall was talking to like Baron Corbin and stuff. I think Damian Priest was there for that. Is that going to main event? Is going to co-main event? Yes, yes, sir. The women's United States title is about to be the co-main event of the show. How long is this match going to be? That's going to be my question. Because I don't think I need Mia Yim to wrestle. I'm sorry. I don't think I need Mia Yim to wrestle Chelsea Green for so long. Apparently, the IWC got its own Al Sharpton Black Couch Booking. What is that? You got like a race hustler? They got enough of those already, don't they? There's like tons of race hustlers on this show. In this space, I should say. Gunter should use the Emerald Fusion. I'm okay with his powerbomb. I like the powerbomb. Powerbomb's silly. How many times has WWE rebooted themselves? At least 5. You know, at least 5. Over the course of Vince's 40 years, probably about 5. They changed completely when Vince bought it. That was one because they switched. They didn't switch all the titles immediately, but they absolutely got that belt off Bob Backlund almost immediately. So the era of Hulkamania started, which includes WrestleMania and all that, and then the New Generation era, and then the Attitude era, and then Ruthless Aggression, and then PG, and then Vince was out. You know, during the PG era, which lasted about 10 years. Because I think WWE went PG into 2012, or maybe 2008 or something like that, 2010. So from 2010 to like 2022, Vince was still in power, and it was still kind of the PG era. And they still haven't fully rebooted the brand since then. They just kind of continuing what Vince did. But I guess you can just automatically, you know, due to new creative and new ownership, you could really just call it the Endeavor era from 2022 to this point, you know? Because now it's run by people who are not a McMahon, you know? Robert says no one has cut a promo on this show. It's ridiculous. That's a very important thing, right? You would think at least Chelsea Green and Mia Yim would talk. I refuse to call her Mi Chin. You would think at least they would talk on the show. You know? They not talking either. You said it wouldn't be surprised if Chelsea win it to rub it in Tessa Blanchard's face. I wouldn't be surprised either. I think they're going to do it for the pop, though. I don't know what they're going to do about this after the pop, though.
She took a shot to the head that would have stopped any normal person and still won the match. I'll tell you that Dominic, he can pick women.
If Noseman puts that title on me and him, he truly knows nothing. He don't know ball just by the 2 women he got in this situation. Look, I don't have a problem with either one of them in a vacuum, but both of them, forget it. Just forget it. But it's the right. I guess they're the right. They're the right 2 women to show you where this belt is in levels of importance, because neither one of them has been on TV that much. And this whole thing. You said he's a YouTuber. Just the first 3 videos is peak race hustling. I see race hustling wrestling videos all the time. I don't watch none of them. But I've seen plenty of people make these, you know, WWE is racist. Oh, wrestling is racist. I've seen people make those videos. Oh, just whatever. This show is absolutely built for the people who are already watching it. Like, you only know who Chelsea Green is if you watched SmackDown last night. They don't take into account that it might be people who didn't watch, who never seen these people before, because you certainly should have promos. And it doesn't take anything for her to cut a promo on her way to the ring, you know, just for a little box to show up. So, you know, that kind of stuff. And nobody's talking. Is that all her own face on her gear? If knows, give me WrestleMania 41 Punk versus Roman Reigns, custody of Paul Heyman. Only if you pull Paul Heyman, dangling above the ring, and you have to pull him down. Chelsea Green made herself, and all Triple H did was give her the room to destroy and create for herself. Chelsea Green's been playing the same character for 5 years, maybe. Either that or she plays somebody crazy, but she's been the same gimmick for a long time. And she's actually good at it. Nobody has a problem with her. Me and Young career are going to be better than Keith Lee. Oof. That's tough, isn't it? Talk about another person sitting at home collecting Tony Khan's money. More wrestling events should be in a mall. Hot take. There aren't any malls. All the malls are gone. What is this about? Is that like a college football jacket or something? I don't understand this. Okay, great. You're telling us how they got here, but you're not cutting any promos about why this is important or anything. It's a wonder why Triple H never bring time limit draws, because WWE fans were shit all over them. That's why. I don't ever want to see Michin pin Tiffany Stratton again. I don't need to see that ever in life. Get that off the screen, please. She's very happy. She must be getting ready to go over. Chelsea Green is a star, beautiful, charismatic. Yeah, she's a total package, bro. But she's not a wrestling wrestler. That's for sure. She's all personality. Want to see more Blair Davenport, Electra Lopez, and B-Fab. I'm not against that. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Electra Lopez stinks though. Like in terms of wrestling, she wasn't very good. But that was when she didn't have a lot of time. That triple threat match, she wasn't bad, but you're not gonna get to see what she can do in this regime. Why are they allowing Puffy Niven to be out there? It's not a good idea to let the one with the jowls out there. Travis Tippin says he hates eat defeat moves. Yeah, the old Gail Kim finish. It sucks. I don't know why Michin is using that as a finish. Maybe it's a nod to Gail Kim. And she boss man slammed her without going down. That was ill. The fact Michin came out very happy is alarming to me. She was extremely happy. She's all smiles, doing hand signs and everything. Man, she's too happy. She must have just got word. I hope that's not the case, man. Because that would suck. I'm not really against Michin winning. I just think it fits Chelsea Green, and that's what. But she's very much like the Miz, in so much that she don't really need a title in order for it to elevate her character. She just needs room to actually be able to do her thing. WG Phil says Big E is dating Mia's sister. You can see the blazing in her. Mia, you can barely tell. Yeah, I saw pictures of her. She's definitely darker skinned than Mia is. It was barely a boss man slam. She did the motion and just kind of like didn't go through with it. There was no follow through. Okay, it's a Chelsea Green win. Wanted Chelsea to drop US Garage back Divas champion. I think she would do something like that if she was like the women's world champion. She'd probably rename it the Divas title. That would be something that would get a lot of heat and would be fun to do. And that's why you don't need a mid card belt. You could have put that belt on Chelsea Green, had her dump it in the garbage, and then have like a Divas title butterfly belt. And she would just get a ton of heat doing that. That would be fun. Dewdrop was more over than Piper Niven. Well, don't let the internet hear you say that, because then they'll get all upset about you. You know, they'll be like, no, Jinklepuff Niven is more over. She was actually a good wrestler. Like, man, she's Bertha Faye. God damn. She's Bertha Faye in a jacket. I'm not even talking about Monster Ripper. I'm talking about Bertha Faye. Why wouldn't you have Piper versus Chelsea in the finals if Chelsea was going to be there? At least there'd be more interest in the match. I don't know. I think they got the two right women. I just didn't like how we got here. You know, I can't think of two other women I would have put in this situation. You know, that maybe I could think about as like some NXT women, you know, but when it comes to who best represents the mid card of the women's division in WWE, yeah, these two are two good women for mid carders, you know. But the idea of it being is it going to be a workhorse belt? Well, brother, they all workhorse belt now. There is not one that's not a workhorse belt now. All of them are workhorse belts. Mr. Jupel found you from Millennial Smart. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that he shouts me out a lot. I like that. Thank you for coming over. Gail Kim, top 5 women's roster of all time. You sure about that? I like Gail Kim. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if I'll put her in top 5, but I like Gail Kim. Piper versus Nia Jax needs to happen. Didn't they already do that match and Nia Jax beat her? You would think that's what you would do if you were trying to make Nia Jax look like something. But they always have Piper Niven lose. Like she doesn't have no wins. AJ says the internet is full of fake people. They never go outside. Plus, I miss all the wacky, over the top, thin, bland, boring indie wrestlers who are over because of their wrestling. And they're not even over. That's the worst. That's the worst thing. Oh my God, Mia is terrible. She's just walking around with her head. What's going on here? Maybe top 10. Well, you could probably say she's top 5 of that era. That would be fair because the women's division in WWE was the shit. Miss Jackie was the best Attitude Era female wrestler. Well, let me ask you this: do you think that Medusa counts as a Attitude Era female wrestler? Ivory was also a pretty good Attitude Era female. She never get a chance though. Like there was no real matches with Ivory, but she was pretty good too. Do you think Alexa Bliss is going to feud with the Wyatt Six or join them? Had you fool, you think Alexa Bliss is coming back? They ain't said nothing the first about Alexa Bliss coming back. She ain't been in no video packages. She ain't done. She had that baby quite a while ago. I think it's been over a year, and she still ain't back yet. I'm not even sure she's coming back, brother. Oh, you said Medusa don't count? All right. All right. What about Jazz? I think Jazz is a good one. Jazz used to wrestle guys. She was wrestling guys in ECW. But I would probably put Jackie over Jazz. But I like Jazz. Did she just botch that move? She botched it again. Are we talking about the women's era where Trish and Lita retired being shit? No, that was later. That was like 2006 when they both retired. We're talking about before that. You miss Mandy? A lot of people do. Mi Chin just botched her finish, by the by, and she's in this match as the workhorse. Get out of here. My mouth is dry. I should have got some water. Even though I drank 2 bottles of water already. I need a 3rd bottle. Jackie shows her boobs, she's better. She flashed the audience, so she's the best. Oh my goodness. Oh, unpretty her. Okay. Oh, that was nice. That was a great finish. Let's see what this thing turns into. Oh. Whew. I like that. That was a great finish. That was a great finish, man. Yeah, that was a great finish. The way Chelsea does her finisher, it was actually pretty safe because she jumps, so your head never actually hits the mat or whatever. You can control your own weight and everything. All right, the match wasn't shit because Michin botched all over the place, but the right person won. We'll see what this turns into though, because I don't got a feeling that this is about to turn into much of anything. But she'll at least be on the TV show, unlike what's that guy who won the TNT belt recently? He wasn't even on the show. They're about to dedicate 30 minutes to this match? No, no. Oh no. I gotta watch Fred Flintstone for 30 minutes? Oh no. Oh no. This is about to be tough. Mia is always botching her finish though. She always botches her finish. She's shits, bruh. I don't get it. Look at all these very nice heels doing charity work. I went to Comic Con in a mask. I can't believe these guys just walk around their whole entire life in masks like that. It's crazy. I lasted like 2 hours before I had to take that joint off because it was killing me. This main event is about to kick me in my nuts. I already know it. Oh, I'm not thrilled about it, but at this point, I'll probably be reading comic books or something if I wasn't on live. He already got a Fred Flintstone gimmick. He's tubby, very tubby. He complains a lot. He hangs around with a blonde guy who's kind of a bum, even though he's more of a redhead. Brother, everybody botching. Not like Michin. Michin shirts. Oh, yeah, Daniel Garcia, that was his name. What is crowd reaction? People are happy that Chelsea won. So they got the pop that they wanted, I guess. The question now is, what do you do with this thing? Um, what next? She's going to turn it into an open challenge belt. But Chelsea Green feels like the kind of champion who would lose the belt on her first defense. She probably won't because Triple H is not about doing stuff like that. But she feels like that kind of champion where she'd walk around with it for a week or two, take all the photo shots and everything, and then lose it to the first credible contender she gets. Just so bad and bad means good. No, just bad just means bad in this one. In this situation, bad just means not good. It just means very not good. It's a lot of commercials, brother. Starbucks commercials. Oh my lord. Let me know if they introduce a modern Winged Eagle WWE belt. I'm thinking it's going to be not a modern belt, but the belt. That's what I'm thinking about to break out. I think they're about to break out the. If Cody is wearing a closed jacket, I think that's what it's going to be. He's going to be wearing a Winged Eagle if he's got a closed jacket. 2 extra women's titles is way too much. One brand should have a women's secondary and the other gets the women's tags, and that's it. If the women had their own brand, I wouldn't care about that. I don't like the idea that they're called the Women's United States title and the Women's Intercontinental title. That's stupid. They should have changed the name of them so that they'll be individualized, like the Women's National Champion or something, Just an idea. One tournament down, another one to go. Yeah, I think that other one's going to be at another Saturday night's main event. Or it's going to be Netflix Raw, one or the other. You think she's going to have a couple of defenses or Piper would have turned on her? I personally would have had Piper turn on her immediately. Fuck all these fireworks and everything. I'd have had Piper put her up on the shoulder and then drop her like Batista and then crush her. Because you want people to follow the story, right? Okay, Chelsea Green won, but you didn't do anything to continue the story outside of having a little bit of Piper Niven distract people. So I would have taken the opportunity to turn Piper Niven baby or heel right there and have her kill Chelsea Green and then built up something between the two of them. They're not doing shit, and there's no real reason for them to still be friends. They're not going for the tag team belts anymore, and now we're in this situation. Cody should be the heel. He's from the dub. No, Kevin Owens should be the heel because he's fat and lazy. What's up, Special J? How you doing? Humble 85 said that's a good suggestion. Yeah, I always think that individualizing things is the best way to go. Rather just than slapping women's on the thing. I didn't like that they changed the women's names to the women's universal title or the women's world championship. At least that's sensible. Like women's world champion, women's WWE champion. At least that's sensible. But the women's intercontinental title, ugh. I don't like that. That sucks. Low Key says they should have called in the WWE My Body My Choice title or put the Juicy logo on the belt. This thing exists. Oh, Greg the Hammer Valentine and Coco Beware. Auntie Greg. Greg don't look like he aged that much. He look like he's about 50. He got to be about, in the 70s. Another Saturday night main event is in January. Yep. No storylines are getting featured on this show. Yeah, they're not featuring any of the storylines on the show. There's no promos on the show. So if you looking at this for the first time and you haven't watched the product in a while, you don't know who these people are. You don't know what their gimmick is, and you don't know where they're fighting. Like it's just a parade of weird looking people. Yeah, I thought it would have made sense for her to drop her while she had her on her shoulders. That would have been the easiest story to tell, and therefore you'd have had something to care about next week. Old school Coco and Hammer. Yep. They should just straight up bring back the Winged Eagle. No, they shouldn't. I don't want Cody carrying that belt around. I really don't. And I'm not really a big fan of what's about to happen because I know what's about to happen, and I'm not a huge fan of that. I want a Scott Steiner cut a promo on Kevin Owens. Steiner is too mellow today. I want like 2009 Scott Steiner to cut a promo on Kevin. It'd have been funny if he was in TNA because all Steiner would have did was call him fat 100 times. Well, you ain't missed much, Special J. You ain't really been much happening. Triple H shows don't have a lot going on. How about the Independent Women's Championship? The strong, independent woman that don't need no man title. Yeah, we need. There should have been at the very least somebody talking. Like I like for damn. I like for when you are going to go on national television that at the very least you show off the best that you got. You give people every opportunity to help themselves and get themselves over. And talking is the bare minimum. Like, who cares if the match is a minute shorter? Does a minute really matter that much? Because you could do a 30 to 40-second promo between the two competitors in the match, and that would just shorten their match by, a minute or so. But who cares? It's not like anything's going to happen in that minute that's going to matter anyway. Like, look, they're showing the story for this match, which includes Kevin Owens talking, but it's not a live promo. This new guy sounds like Mean Gene. He does borrow a little bit of his inflection. WG Phil says, nice to see Coco back. I guess he's forgiven after suing. I wonder if he's getting a Legends deal in the year. I hope so. I think they're making action figures for Coco. I think they are. Didn't he sell his Hall of Fame ring too? Was he one of those people who sold their Hall of Fame ring? He says to have this pay-per-view on mute. Is Ventura even commentating? He's commentating the main event, only the main event. He was doing hosting duties for the first hour and a half or so. But he's actually going to commentate on the main event. Always liked the Birdman. He was a jabroni though, but I was a fan of him when I was a kid. I never saw him win a match though, outside of beating a jabroni. Who was that guy? There was some guy in the ring with Kevin Owens. I didn't know who that guy was. He was like a brown guy. He looked Indian. Was it Davari? Kevin Owens is living the dream, man. He got to wrestle Stone Cold Steve Austin. He got to be on Saturday Night's main event. He got to team up and fight his hero Chris Jericho. I mean, he's living the dream, man. Living the dream, man. Him walking around with the winged eagle would probably be the be all end all. Those guards are way too thin. But I like it because it's classic. It's retro. I like the retro stuff. Should WWE bring back Tuesday Night Titans before the NXT episode? Well, they they basically got the bump and all that kind of shit is already there. So, and plus they would have to have somebody do some entertaining stuff on there, and they refuse to do that. But like the bump and everything is basically Tuesday Night Titans. You think Cody's gonna cry when he shows the winged eagle? I wouldn't be surprised. Yes, this is the main event. This match is about to be 20 minutes, cuz it's about to be sick. Fire Pat and keep the body. He sounds like he follows the product, which is great. Most of the time when you bring back somebody or whatever, it don't sound like they in any way followed the product. But Jesse Ventura sounds like he actually follows the product. Loki says one good thing about Noseman, he's willing to bring back the old timers that had a problem with the Fed. Good to see Coco Beware. He was flapping my arms in the living room. I wanted to bring back, like, my whole thing is I really wanted him to show some love to some of the women, from that era. It's like, okay, you got Coco there. I said this earlier, but like the Glamour Girls or Judy Martin, like some of those people are still alive. You know, it's not all Moolah and Mae Young, man. Sherry and Elizabeth. I know a lot of those women are dead. The ones that were really, really over. All of them are dead. The ones that were really, really over. But there's not Wendy Victor. She's still alive. But like Lilani Kai and all of them, they could be on here. That would be great. It would be fun. It's like people have been, I guess you could say, blackballed, and they still get more attention than some of the women who've never been blackballed from the company. I would like to see Demolition on here though. I think both of them are still alive. Crush isn't, but who cares about Crush? Really? The aisle is very close to the crowd, the Long Island crowd. Yeah, I mean, I think that's what they want. They're probably just, it's the retro look. You having so much fun, so much energy from Kevin Owens too. By the way, not at all looking like he just woke up. He might be living the dream, but he isn't all elite. No, he's never going to be all elite, brother. Even though I want him to be so bad. You know what might be worse than 40-year-old Disney adults? 40-year-old Harry Potter adults. That might be just as bad. You know, and this commercial is really setting me off. It's triggering the shit out of me. How this old gray hair is into Harry Potter. I always thought Harry Potter was for kids, but the more I think about it, the more I've seen gray beards into Harry Potter. Why is Owens wearing pants? It's just a hardcore match. I would imagine something has to contain of the blood. If he's wearing shorts, you might actually see like something might fall out. We need the oinkettes back more than ever. Oh my god, bro! They've had 10 minutes of commercials so far. They've had like 10 minutes of commercials so far. Because this thing should have started at 9:30. It's almost 9:45. They're pummeling us with commercials at this point. Most talented woman. I won't say the most talented. She's definitely one of the more more charismatic people on the roster. It's been 10 minutes, and the only thing we've got with Kevin Owens' entrance. JS says best thing Gunther's done in this title reign was tell Cody it's not that serious. I like the jumping bomb angels though. They were fun. You know, them refusing to recognize that the women had a tag team championship in the 1980s is crazy to me. It only makes the company look good because it went away because they didn't have enough women. And then, of course, it was Moolah who fucked it up as usual. Why does fool got a dinosaur tattooed on his arm? You think the Lats fans have long since bounced after that last match? They're probably holding on with their fingernails at this point. Kevin Owens not stupid. He's not going to AEW. At least not right now. I think he said he's retiring soon anyway. Can't wait. Oh, yep. Belt's closed. So it's probably the Wayne Eagle joint. If Hook goes to WWE, you think they will sign Taz to a Legends deal? That's if he's not held hostage by Tony Khan. Do you really want Hook in I guess maybe NXT could help him. But I don't think WWE has any problems with Taz. Oh, he do got the Winged Eagle on. I really hope Kevin Owens don't win it because if he have that Winged Eagle belt, man, I may drown my sorrows, man. Stone, the Mexican guy, grew up with Harry Potter, still have the books from when he was a kid. Don't make it my personality. I never read a single Harry Potter book, and I had one in my possession because I got it from the portable libraries that they have around town. I picked up one of the Harry Potter books and I was going to read it, and This was around the time I was reading like Chronicles of Narnia, and I was like, I love Chronicles of Narnia. I'm gonna read this, and then I ended up reading all of those, most of them, and I never got around to reading the Harry Potter book, and I got rid of it. I don't even know. I think part of the reason why I didn't read it, I think it's like the third or fourth book in the series. That's why I didn't read it. So I'm not the kind of person who could just pick up random book and read it, especially if it's in a series. I don't want to read book 6 and then have to go back and read the other ones. Like when I started reading Chronicles of Narnia, I bought not bought, but I got a book that was all the books in one. So like the Witch, then the Lion and the Wardrobe, and then the all the way up to I read up to the one with the prince on the boat, and I was just like, okay, I read enough of Chronicles of Narnia. I got it. I got the point. I get it. Champion Shaw. They've done retro Raw episodes. How about a nostalgic Nitro episode? That would be given. I don't care about Nitro. I'm not the right person to really push for uh Nitro. I don't care about Nitro. All these commercials is like watching YouTube without premium. I'm watching this shit on Peacock. I'm getting buried in commercials, bro. Well, the whole point of them doing this shit would be for the commercials. So they're not about to do it commercial free. Ah. Taz got his own allegations. Well, Taz's allegations are from the 90s, bro. Yeah, Taz got caught with an underage girl or something like that in the 90s. He claimed he didn't do anything, and he never went to jail for it, but he got arrested for it. It made the newspaper. Did you see the side plates, Cody logo, so they made the model up? No, I didn't even notice that. I was just cringing because he had the winged eagle. But it wasn't like the real thing, huh? It does kind of like the Cody plates on it. It do look like that a little bit. Cody, Randy, Kevin Owens. I don't want that. I don't want Kevin Owens in the main event anymore after this. So I'm hoping he loses and we just call it a day. Is he wearing wrestling tights? That's interesting. The Cody haters, Roman fans, are probably angry on Twitter because of the Winged Eagle belt. It was cringy, but I'm not. I'm not mad because I kind of figured he was going to do it. Cody, I told you, Cody brothers with the best of them, man. Everyone forgot about Samantha. I think once Samantha said that she didn't like ring announcing, that was kind of the end for her. It was like, oh, you didn't enjoy what we liked you for? Sorry. And she wasn't really ready to go far enough when it comes to taking off clothes. Hey, there's a girl out here having sex with 100 guys, Samantha. You have to do more than hanging out with Bullet Head. I do want the giant fist on SmackDown for like a retro SmackDown. That would be great. I don't care if she's selfish. I miss Samantha Irvin. Samantha had energy. I don't dislike Samantha. I know a lot of people do. They thought she was kind of like, trying to get attention. But why wouldn't she? Of course she likes having attention. Nope, I don't hear Jesse Ventura say anything. There he is. Do you think Dustin is having fun? Like Edge is having fun? I thought his contract expired with AEW and he was done. It turns out he's still there. I don't know. Dustin seems to be having fun as well. They're having so much fun. The Winged Eagle looks like they picked it up from Walmart before the show. It doesn't look crispy. It looks darker than it usually does. So it tells me there's clearly a copy of it, and they didn't bring the rail belt out. It's just a design. They didn't bring the real Winged Eagle belt. Like, because the Winged Eagle belt actually had a shine to it. That belt's too dark. It looks like he's got a clone. It's a copy. It's a fake. It's a phony. It's fugazi. We need to get somebody with like one of those monocles to look at it and be like, this ain't the one Brett kissed. So far, how was Saturday night's main event? It's a Monday Night Raw. That's all it is, bro. It's an episode of Raw. It's gonna end in about 10 minutes after they beat us to death with commercials all this time. Samantha made every talent sound huge. I didn't even know her name was a few months back. She was good at her job. I like it. It's clearly some kind of replica of the Winged Eagle belt that they walking around with. They're trying to pass it off like it's the real thing. It's not, though. The real Winged Eagle had shine to it. It wasn't dark like that. That belt is too dark. I don't care how many Apple Watch commercials you show. I'm not buying an Apple product ever. Never in life will I buy an Apple product. It's never going to happen. I refuse to end up in the Apple ozone. Oh no, he's doing cartwheels. He's going to sell the ankle after doing a cartwheel. Oh my God, Cody is out here. He full of shit. He full of shit. You think Vince is hiding the real Winged Eagle belt somewhere in Stanford? He probably got a glass case or something. I wouldn't be surprised if Triple H don't got it. He probably got that and the real World Heavyweight title. Cause I know he got Flair's belt. Kevin Owens, but he's Swanton Bombs. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate it, brother. You said Brett's laughing. He probably talking about how terrible the work is, especially in that women's match. Actually, Kevin Owens looked like he slimmed down a little bit. And actually, now that I look at it, you gotta give him some credit. He look like he's in better shape than he was a couple weeks ago. He certainly looked like he's in better shape than when he power drive Randy Orton. He's still a gray beard though. That sucks. Power slam, nice. Did you hear WBD is splitting up with its boss and what happened to DC Studio? No, I'm gonna have to look into that. I didn't hear anything about that. Yeah, that's the point of this thing is win the match. Jesse Ventura had the blood clots from Agent Orange that he had in Vietnam, so he couldn't wrestle with Dusty Rhodes. KO can get fit for a strong position for sure. Yeah. Maybe he's motivated, when Owens does a swanton bomb. That's my finishing maneuver, man. Yeah, that's a deep cut for everybody. So what's worse, Cody and Kevin or Cesaro versus Sheamus, best of 7 from 2016? I don't even remember the Cesaro and Sheamus joint, man. I'm not even gonna hold you up. I know it ended up with them being the Bar though, because that's when they started doing the Bar, and I like the Bar. It's a great team. Notice how so many people don't care. Oh no, he's just pulling off RKO's now. Okay. You notice how nobody seems to care about Claudio anymore? After all the years of being mad at Vince for not pushing him, he goes to AEW, and they're kind of like, Yeah, Claudio. You know, I thought he had a bad ankle. Why is he doing all these jumps? It's the crouton bomb. Oh my goodness! It's a chicken wing bomb with duck sauce. Uh, he does look slimmer. Yeah, it took me a while to look at him because I wasn't really paying attention, but he does look slimmer than he usually is. Imagine if Kevin wins and he breaks the championship. What if he loses and takes a hammer to it? Like like the Mr. Perfect angle. Wouldn't that be interesting? They would never do it though. It would be worth bringing the winged eagle back though, so they could break it. But that's not the real belt anyway. So McAfee meets Ventura. They had an interesting little thing right before the match started where he was talking about his coat made of Damien, which is Jake Snake Roberts. And that was fun. Just I remember from Cesaro and Sheamus Best of Seven when Cesaro did that suicide dive and landed on his head. Oh jeez. I never understood how that's not a finish. I never understood how it's not a finish. Like you just got a perfect plex from the top rope. Why is that not a finish? Degenerate Sharingan, what happened? Nothing. It's been an episode of Raw, bro. That's all it is. It's a souped up episode of Raw. It's okay. It hasn't been terrible, but there's nothing that you missed, except for unless you want to know who the the women's U.S. champion is. That was the only thing that happened on the show that changed the trajectory of anything else. Oh, ref bump. Oh shit. Here comes Randall. That was a weird stunner. So he's going to get to keep up his conspiracy theory because now he got the match won and there's no referee. Who was that guy? Eddie Oringo? Because I've been hearing a lot of people say that this is one of the best shows of the year or whatever. Man, this is just an episode of Raw, man. Like that's really all it is. It's a special episode of Raw or SmackDown or something like that. That's all. It hasn't been terrible if that's what you mean. But if you skipped it, you wouldn't miss anything. Charles Robinson takes the best bumps in the game. He does take pretty good bumps. That's because he's tiny. No, he didn't bump a second referee. Oh, that is overbooked. That's very rarely any opportunity to bump a ref twice. Come on, man. Come on, man. They done bumped the ref twice. Come on, man. I'm trying to understand that they did not have any of the wrestlers cut a promo on this show. Yeah, I mean, this is the perfect time to introduce yourself to the audience, right? At least Clash of Champions were treated more than just a Nitro. They eliminated Clash of Champions like what a year or two into Bischoff's run. Bischoff came in '94. I think they got rid of the Clash of Champions in '96. So yeah, like a year or two. I think there might have been a Clash of Champions in '97, maybe. But I don't think so. Well, now he's just cheating. Wow. Okay. All right. See, nothing happens. Nothing ever happens on these shows, man. Yeah, Cody cheated. He cheated, brother. Okay. So there's that. Now what? So he didn't beat Kevin Owens twice. Now what are we doing here? The match was okay. Wasn't nothing special. I think their other match was better. Yeah, like Moxley, it's a standard show. It's nothing to be excited about. It's nothing to get mad about. If you weren't already a fan, this wasn't going to make you a fan. I think. I didn't like that finish either. By the way, ooh, him with that winged eagle is really throwing me for a loop, cuz. Throwing me for a loop, cuz. Chelsea got her flowers finally. Jesse returned. That was all. Yeah, and Jesse was announced beforehand, so he could put that belt back in the vault. And that's not the real belt anyway, by the way. The plates, for starters, the plates are too new. And it's too dark. Fuck off, Cody Rhodes. Who's about to come out here? Because he's been celebrating for a while. Something till they're about to go off the air, huh? They're about to go off the air with nothing happening. It says Saturday night's main event 2 is going to be below 300K. I think they're gonna get at least 1.5 million. I think it's gonna be. I'm gonna guess they're gonna do about 1.2 to 1.5 million viewers for the show. That's my guess. I wouldn't guess any higher than 1.5 million. I would go as low as 900,000. It's a Saturday night, so there's always a chance that it sucks because it's a Saturday night and therefore the ratings will not be very good. But they did a decent job of building this up, and I think they have enough people who watch SmackDown that will watch it, and it's on network television. So I would go at least 1.5. I think. I think that's fair. Damn, I forgot Twisted Metal was even a TV show that was on and aired. My Peacock was about to go there. Um, there's nothing on Peacock I want to see. All right, so Saturday night's main event, solid show. Nothing spectacular occurred, I guess. So there was that. Chelsea Green was the women's United States champion. That's an interesting development. But there was the lack of promos to me takes me out of the story, takes me out of the show because I know that there are people watching who don't know who these people are, especially some of the newer top guys like Gunter and Damian Priest. Again, they Gunter was on SmackDown 2 years ago, I think. So this was an opportunity to reintroduce him. Same thing with Damian Priest. I think that the lack of promos really hurt the show. But most of the matches had a clean finish, with the exception of the main event when there was a steel chair. Um, the amount of commercials really kicked me in the nuts. I hate the fact that there were so many commercials. But other than that, the show was fairly pedestrian. Nothing spectacular occurred. This is definitely a show that something should have happened because Raw is Monday. But at the same time, they taped SmackDown already. And is Raw taped? I don't know if Raw is taped, but SmackDown is already in the can. So you can't shoot an angle, or you have to wait 2 weeks to follow up on it. So it's not like they boxed themselves in with this holiday break. They wrestling on on Christmas Day anyway, because they still have Christmas shows. So they're going to get the week before Christmas off, but they're not going to get the week of Christmas off. That's a very weird thing to do. WG Phil says, and his family runs the most inhumane nursing homes in his area. You talking about the shooter guy? Oh yeah. He says whether is real or not, as much as I like the Winged Eagle belt, it kind of sticks out. Yeah, it's at least different, you know. The swerve was going off the air with nothing happening. Yeah, the swerve is to get you to think something's going to happen, and then guess what? You wait and wait and wait, and nothing. That's the biggest joke of them all, brother. You thought something was going to happen. Had you fool? You thought something was had you fool? They didn't book Roman for the show. Why would you have a Saturday night's main event where Cody doesn't talk, and then there's no Roman Reigns? Oh, because Mia Yim and Chelsea Green needed 10 minutes for their match. Are you serious? Give me a break. Give me a break. Beat it. All right. Who cares? Um, if this show was serious, Roman would have been on it. It's not a real show. It felt like a house show, really. A house show with a lot of lights. They pretended like the crowd at home wasn't there, and you know. And yeah, it was extremely predictable. But that's what Triple H likes. You know, he wants to have a pedestrian show, and then shocking this happens, shocking that happens. But part of the reason why this thing was kind of bland is because SmackDown is already taped, and they can't do anything on SmackDown or do anything for that brand or shoot any angles because it might give away that they should have already known the show was taped. But you can't follow up anything if you've already taped the show. But that's their fault. That ain't our fault, right? I want things to happen on these shows. I want somebody to not, somebody doesn't have to turn heel on every show. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is there needs to be surprises and twists and turns and you know, if it's all just steady, here comes the next match, here comes the next match, here comes the next match. It's like, okay, so you had a bunch of matches on the show. Great. Congratulations. But what else? What do you want me to see on Monday? When you promote in Netflix, what's the push into Netflix? Netflix is in a couple of weeks. So this was your opportunity to hard push into Netflix. And you could have at least, done something that would have got people interested in the Netflix show. But your top angle wasn't even featured. And the top angle is the bloodline. You know? Amari says SmackDown is gonna suck after Netflix. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Because they're about to suck everybody over to Raw. So it's gonna be Cody and whatever B plus players Triple H can scratch up. Because they definitely moving the bloodline and Roman Reigns and them to Netflix. It's most definitely happening. So that's going to be that. They're going to be begging Becky Lynch to come back. So they need somebody on SmackDown. You're probably going to put all the B plus players on SmackDown. Your Seth Rollinses and your CM Punks. Hell, they might keep Punk on Raw. They're going to want the top guys on Netflix, bro. Which is why I'm thinking the brand split is going to be a very weird thing to do. They should have just did a draft at the beginning of the year. Cody and the Street Profits every week. uh, uh, Kevin Owens talking all fast and shit every single week, talking to himself. Amari Goodwin said the only thing about matches is that good matches is that it's the norm now, so story is gonna have to carry. That's been the thing for a while. What makes the WWF product different is the storylines that they put more effort into story than they do into matches. And they're not afraid to put people who are not the best workers in championship positions. They just don't give him a lot of time to screw things up. And Chelsea Green is a really good performer. She worked really hard and she's really good at her job. I just don't I don't see it being necessary that she is a champion for a long time. But as the inaugural champion, she's fine. I think once she loses it though, she won't get it back anytime soon. Cody then got stretchered out. After the show, Kevin gave Cody a power driver. Did they do that off air? Anybody wish that SmackDown was back on Fox? Well, I don't think it matters. I think the show would have been the same even if it was on Fox. So they did the power driver spot off air? Wow. Wow. Well, aren't they just dandy? They did the angle for the people in the building after the show off the air. Uh, Triple H, you are my world. You are my world. Do I like Cody's title run? It's been fine. It's been nothing special though, because he hasn't had a real storyline. He ain't been put in any real danger yet. You know, the looming threat of the power driver. It's like, come on, man. Vince would have had him hit by a car or something by now. Like some psycho would have tried to cut him up with a chainsaw by now. Uh, Christian Graydon says, "Do you think the Attitude Era is a bit overrated? Way more than a bit." JS says, "Why would you have Cody cheat? In my mind, he deserved getting beat up by KO." Well, it was I think Kevin Owens who grabbed the chair and brought it into the ring. So basically, it was like he was getting his comeuppance for bringing the thing in the ring. That was kind of the psychology of it. But I just don't think the match needed that. I don't think the match needed two ref bumps either. It certainly didn't need two ref bumps. He said AEW neck beard rush in the ring every time Cody wins. They go online and screech. The match wasn't even great because it was eaten up by commercials. Cody is another case of the chase is better than the catch. Well, that's 99% of wrestling stories when there's no plan after the guy gets the ball. He's still not in the top story of the company. He's still the bloodline. So he got the belt, but that's about it. They're lucky he's a draw, or this thing would be even worse than it is now. But he needs to be put in some danger. He's been champion since WrestleMania, and he ain't really been put in any danger. So, boy, wait till Randy versus Cody is going to feed families. So maybe they'll actually let Randy be dangerous. Maybe they'll let Randy be an actual threat. Most of the feud between Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes has featured Kevin Owens sitting in his car yelling. That's been the feud. Kevin Owens is sitting in his car yelling. Like, who cares about that? Like, that's not intriguing to me. That's not entertaining to me. And I don't care about Fatty Owens and sitting in his car. So, like, that's somebody needs to like throw a hatchet at that dude or something. Give me an old fences, cover him in maple syrup or something. Hit him in the face with a pie. Something that's gonna make people feel bad for him. Let people get over on him. He likes John Cena. Cody wants to be John Cena. John Cena got beat up all the time. He came out strong in the end, but he got beat up all the time. Cody needs better promos, more realistic. He needs a better antagonist. He needs somebody to be up against. And they want that to be Randy, but they're making us wait for it. Randy is probably going to hit that RKO on Cody's wife. That's the kind of story he needs, though. Like he needs Randy to take an RKO or the dog or somebody. Somebody. RKO the dog, for God's sake. Since Kevin Owens is always in his car, his next gimmick should be that he's a food review guy. His Keith Lee gimmick. Um, he could talk about Poontine in the front seat of the car. The gravy is so good. Don't you taste the cheese? Ooh, my Kevin Owens voice chokes me. A treasure hunt for the massive egg. They're like, oh, Vince did a storyline with an egg. Well, we got a big ass Prime logo in the middle of the ring now. Thank you very much, you assholes. We got Prime. We got a hydration station, which nobody ever drinks that crap. Why is that shit always over there? It's been blended into the background. It's basically like curtains now. There ain't been a show since they started doing that where they haven't had a hydration station, and they never use it. They only throw people into it. It's not nobody ever like takes a break and goes and sips a Prime or nothing. They always just knock it over because it's just in the way. It's just there. It's dumb. It's thanks for all your product placement, Logan Paul. You got your big ass logo in the middle of the ring, and we got a hydration station. Next level shit there, bro. All right. My throat dry. I need to get some water. But it was an okay show. It wasn't terrible. There's nothing to complain about really. Um, if you like the product, you probably like the show. All the people who kind of are head over heels for the product right now, they probably love this show. And if you were expecting like a big development or something like that, it wasn't going to happen. Um, Permaversion says he liked the lack of false finishes. There was a substantial lack of kicking out of finishers, so that's good. You are correct there. But it also, in doing so, it kind of made things kind of anticlimactic in a way. Especially, like I think the best finish was clearly Chelsea Green and Michin, and that was the worst match on the show because of all the botching. But it had easily the best finish. But I think that the women's world title match, the finish was clean, squeaky clean, and it was anticlimactic because you would think that EO would have a power level enough to be able to at least avoid the oblivion, if not get hit with it flat and then get beat. The world title match, the finish was kind of flat with Finn Balor just getting pinned with a power bomb. Even though it's respectable, it's not a sleeper, but it was weird. Um, Drew with his simple finish against Sammy, what seems sudden and again anticlimactic. And I think the only exciting finish was Chelsea and Michin. That was the only finish that got me really excited. And I was like, ooh, that was a hell of a finish there. Even when it comes to Cody and Kevin Owens, it wasn't an exciting finish. Watch them start promoting Lunchly. Or is Lunchly going to stop putting out poison food? If they stop putting out moss covered cheese, then maybe WWE will promote it. I wouldn't be surprised. It's a product aimed at kids, and Lunchly is for kids. But they gotta start putting out that fake cheese that everybody else puts out. He says Triple H just confronted KO. He cannot stop getting his dumb nose on TV. I don't get it. I'm guessing they're shooting all of this stuff and they're gonna air it for SmackDown. Okay. Remember when Finn was an NXT chosen one? Yeah, and then he went up to the main roster. Roman got busted for roids, and then he tore up his arm, and that was the end of Finn Balor. That was the entire story of Finn Balor. Vince went with Balor because Roman got hurt, and then Balor got hurt, and that was it. He's like, you know what? That's enough. I've seen enough. It's crazy that you can get injured and Vince will just move on and never come back. You know, that's kind of sad, actually. It kind of sucks for the guys, but that was tough. All right, thank y'all for stopping by, man. I appreciate it. You guys have a That was a pretty good night. I appreciate you guys for stopping by. It really lifted my spirits. And I'll talk to you later.